class and says, you know what? Here's the test. And you get the test, and for some reason, all the answers are already filled out. Your name's at the top, and there's an A circled by your name with a smiley face, or a star if you like stars. And next thing you know, your teacher says, look up. You guys have just got all an A on this test. Now, how are you feeling? Feeling pretty good, right?
Yes.
All right. But that's not it. Your eyes are still closed now. And your teacher then looks at you and says, we're going to throw a pizza party, and we're going to throw an ice cream party, and we're going to watch a movie and play video games because there's a game truck outside for you because I love you guys. Okay. Now that sounds like an amazing day, right? But that's not even it. Imagine you get home and you tell your mom and dad about this amazing day because it happened on a Friday, because for some reason all tests are on Friday, and your parents said, you know what, because you had a long week and you had a test that you had to go through and all of that stuff, and I've known about it and I saw you studying hard, we're going to Disney World. Now tell me, raise your hand, shout if you're not excited about that.
Boo.
Nobody's excited?
I'm excited.
All right. All right. So now, open your eyes. That's what I mean by dreaming. Dreaming gives you the power to have joy right now in the moment. Many of us, we got really excited for that, and we were just in our minds. And so I want you to dream big. I want you to think about what it is that you want to do in the future. Some of us raised our hands and said we want to be doctors, we want to be lawyers, we want to be sports people, we want to be people that actually change our culture. You have that ability because you are a young person, but I need you to dream big. And when you dream big, the cool thing that I know about dreaming big is you inspire other people. How many of you guys are like older brothers or older sisters? Boom. Oh. Isn't it weird how like your little brother or little sister want to do everything that you do? Yes. Right? It's like, what? Like, I did not even want you to do what I'm doing, but they want to do it. I have, like I said, I have two sons. And so my son Jeremiah usually does something. And next thing you know, my son Zephon is falling behind him just trying to do it. And my 4-year-old son always says, Daddy, get Zephon. Because my 1-year-old wants to play with Legos. My 1-year-old wants to play on the iPad. And it's like, get it. So when I say that, I want you to know that you are impacting other people. Like, it's not just you. And I want you to dream big. I want you to dream so big that it scares you, because here's what I know. Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can't achieve. I truly mean that. Because earlier I told you to jump, right? And then I told you to jump again. Some of you guys jumped again and you jumped higher. Why? Because you believed. So it's important to understand that there are things that have happened in this world, like because someone believed that you can take like a small device and connect it to the whole entire world. And it's called an iPad or a cell phone. That started off with someone believing and dreaming big. And you are, as young people, you have the ability to dream big. You have unlimited potential inside of you. So that's my first thing I want to tell you, is to dream big. The second thing I want to tell you is this. I want you to know and I want you to understand with everything inside of you that, man, you are full of potential. And here's what I mean by that. You're full of potential because you're not an animal, right? We have animals for pets, right? But we're not animals. The biggest thing that separates us as human beings from animals is we have the ability to think. Remember, we just dreamed about the perfect day, right? Dogs can't do that. I've never seen a dog sitting down, man, I just wish I could go to Disney and play with Mickey. Like, I've never seen that happen, right? That doesn't happen. It's people like you, it's people like me that look at the world and say, you know what? I wonder what happens if I create a channel and I talked about slime the whole day. I wonder what other people like it. It happens. People do it. And I want you to know that you're full of potential, because I think of this. If anybody likes apples, anybody like apples? A couple of people? Yeah, I heard an apple a day keeps the doctor away. Cool, cool. Doctors are still chasing me. I don't know if that's true or not. Anyway, but an apple a day keeps the doctor away. And here's one thing I do know about apples. Apples have these little tiny things called what? Seeds. And if I were to ask you how many apple trees are in an apple seed, could anyone guess? Think about it. One apple, you're right, it's endless. One apple seed produces an apple tree, right? And then it produces more apples, right? More apples create more seeds, which creates a tree, which creates more seeds, which creates more apples, which creates more trees, which creates more seeds, which creates more apples. Do you understand?
Yes.
That's crazy, right? But that's the same thing about you. You possess that ability. Every day you're thinking of new and creative ways to do different things in this world. Like some of us, we were all babies at one point in our lives, right? At least I think, right? We all came out as babies, right? Yeah. Okay, cool. Just making sure. No one came out, man. I came out like in Fortnite playing basketball. Yeah, that didn't happen. So, when you were a child, right? You grew, right? And every day you're still growing. Think about it. You learn something new every day, which makes you different. You're not like the desk. You're not like the dog. The dog is always barking, looking for food, and scratching, right? You could actually grow up, leave for a couple of days, it comes back. It's probably going to be excited it sees you, but it's probably going to bark, scratch, right? And eat. That's it. But you have the ability to dream, to change. You guys have unlimited potential. And the last thing I want you to leave you with is this. I want you to know that if you fail, or when you fail, it is not the end of the world. Like, mistakes happen. Raise your hand if you've ever made a mistake in your life. Right? Raise your hand if you think you're probably going to make a mistake again in your life. Right? So we all make mistakes. Failure is part of the process. And when I say failure, it's only failure if you stop trying. It's only failure if you never do it again. Think about it. Majority of us in this room have the ability to walk, right? When you were a child, when you would fall, what would you do? Like we said it without even thinking. Duh, I got back up. And you don't even remember. Right? Like you get back up. So there's going to be times in your life where your expectations are not going to be met. Somebody might let you down. Somebody might say, oh, no, you can't do that. I don't want you to stop trying. I don't want you to stop giving it your best effort. Because here's what I do know. No one in this world knows what you're capable of. I'm encouraging you right now and trying to inspire you, but I still don't know what you're capable of. That's crazy to me. Like it's not even in my mind. I can't even conceive the possibilities or the things that could happen in your life because you have unlimited potential. Your dream is forever changing. When I think about dreams, I think about myself. I think about my life story and how I got to the point to where, I've been part of a nonprofit for a while and just working inside of that. And I got the nudge to write a book. Like, some of us, we read books, right? But who thinks about writing them? Right? Okay, I got like 3 or 4 people. That's like pretty hard. Like there's like over 30,000 words in my book. Like that's a lot of words. And I had to type them. I never thought that possible. Till one day I got a dream. And I thought about this dream and I got this nudge and I was like, I don't want to write it. I don't want to write this book. I don't. And so I sat on it for a year. And then another year went by. And I said, I'm going to get to it. But I felt something inside of me saying, you need to write this book. It's going to change people's lives. And I thought about what my teacher told me. My teacher told me that I was going to change the world. My mom told me that she wanted me to be better than she was in life. And I'm like, man, this book will be a great opportunity for something like that to happen. And then I finally got the courage to one day to start writing. And then I came up with the skeleton of the book, and then I stopped writing the book, and then I put it away because I let life get in the way. And then I went back the next year and started writing. And then I finally finished the book. And man, can I tell you, I'm super excited because I'm about less than 2 months away from my book being released. But that only happened because I looked at my dream, I had a big dream, realized I had unlimited potential, and then I did not give up. There were times that I woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning to write for this book. And a couple of days ago, I had the opportunity to speak to some young men, and I told them about my book, and they got excited that they asked for copies of my book. And I think it's so cool because that could be your future. That could be your dream. Is that, yes, I'm writing a book, and that's one of the things that I wanted to do, but now that I wrote the book, I now have my mind expanded to other things. Like once you become a doctor, once you become an athlete, once you become successful at what it is that you want, there's going to be other doors that open up for you. There's going to be other opportunities that start to happen. And I want you as students to know this, and I want you as adults to know this, that there is something that is inside of you that is itching and burning and nudging to come out. And you know what that is. I might not know what it is, but you know what it is. Have the courage to act upon it. Have the courage to really look at it and see it for what it is. And know that there's going to be ups and there's going to be downs and there's going to be things that happen, but don't move away from your dream. So man, I'm super excited for the opportunity. And as you take these steps, you become like the greats. Anybody ever heard of a guy named LeBron James? Anybody ever heard of someone called President Barack Obama? Have anybody ever heard of a lady by the name of Oprah Winfrey? Has anybody ever heard of a person named Bill Gates? Has anybody ever heard of a person by the name of Martin Luther King? All of these people have dreamed big. They took the steps that I've told you and they applied them. What's to say that years from now we won't be saying, what's your name? Zachary did amazing things. What's your name? Brianna did amazing things. Carly did amazing things. Julian did amazing things. Z did amazing things. Israel did amazing things. Christian did amazing things. Isabel did amazing things. All of you have the ability to do great things. The question is, will you take the words that I've told you and apply them? You have the people around you to support you and help any dream come true. Because remember, whatever your mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Thank you guys so much for the opportunity to speak to you guys. That's been my time. You guys are amazing.